Hi Scorpio, it's Meg with Padmes, and I am doing your new moon and into August energy check. We're going to do the old wise tree spread here, and we're going to take a look at your energy in present time, what's going on, what's coming forward into the new month, what you need to know for this new moon in Leo on the 28th of July. So this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Any prominent placements in your chart, Scorpio. We're calling in our angels and guides and our ancestors of the highest vibrations of love and light. I don't want to talk to anyone else, Scorpio. Let's see what you've got going here. Okay, here we go. We have a lot of wands. More wands, more wands. Aha. More wands. Let's see what you have going on, Scorpio. Interestingly, the first thing that I'm noticing is this Wheel of Fortune in the position of resistance. And then we have the World card up here in the trajectory, and it is reversed. So there's some kind of resistance to moving on, moving forward, starting kind of like a new chapter. There's unfinished business to conclude before moving forward or gaining momentum. I'm also noticing this Chariot down here. Your angels and guides are talking about momentum being halted here because there's unfinished business or something that needs to wrap up. So let's check that out. I'm also noticing your higher self and your angels and guides both have a victory card here. We've got the Six of Wands and the Chariot. The Chariot's reversed. So the Six of Wands, your higher self is like, I am needing to be recognized. I'm needing for others to recognize me. I'm needing something like that. And I'm needing for someone to see what I've been through and what's been going on with me. And then your angels and guides are talking about some kind of hold up in that department. So coming from a place of some kind of partnership, I want to talk about all of these wands. We've got a ton of wands here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is coming from a partnership. Wands are all about inspiration, initiation, chemistry, excitement, energy, and moving your energy, directing your energy. So this is coming from a place of partnering with someone or wanting to bring something together. And then all the other energies are kind of coming forth out of that one. Your advice is talking about some kind of planning. This could be sneaky monkey kind of stuff, but in the advice position, this is talking about needing some kind of strategy. And it's some kind of strategy that has to do with you not being worried about other people, you having to, I'm hearing somebody say, take their own advice. You have to take your own advice, whatever advice you've been doling out, you have to take it yourself. But this is about planning for your future, planning ahead. Yeah, I'm even hearing planning for the trajectory. So planning for something that's unfinished. But in this case, looking out for yourself in your best interest. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. So there's something about that. Big picture is talking about some kind of lack of communication. I'm going to go around and clarify this. I think I'm even going to clarify this with, yeah, something was lighting up over here. It was this one. Okay, so there's some kind of non-communication going on. And I want to know if this is non-communication with someone else or if you have been not listening to your own advice, so to speak, not communicating with yourself, holding back from trajectory, right? Holding back from sending your arrows out, holding back from completing your goals. And I would say that's what this is in this sense. It could be a lack of response or because you're wanting to be seen and wanting to be heard. But this also is some kind of lack of development and goals. And here you are, Two of Swords, and you're protecting your heart space, protecting your identity space. If this is about not having enough information in order to make a decision and in order to let those goals move forward. Interesting, Scorpio. Let's see. So let's look at the heart of the situation. The heart of the situation is the Three of Wands. This is, ooh, I'm hearing someone say transmuting forward. So somebody's wanting to do some healing work, sending out kind of like a healing bubble going forward into the future that they can walk into. But this is also manifesting forward into the future and things coming toward you. I feel like someone has manifested something and they are wanting to, that it's coming for you. It's coming toward you. The thing that you magnetized is coming. And I feel like someone wants to put some kind of big healing bubble between themselves and what they've manifested. So the thing that they've manifested goes through that healing bubble before it gets to you. Really interesting. Yeah. And here's the Nine of Wands. So it's like you're persevering, you're moving forward into this kind of unknown future, but you're manifesting and you're trying to get it together. But there's also this element of protectiveness here, protecting yourself. I don't want to say protecting yourself from the thing that you've manifested, but protecting yourself from the thing that's coming toward you. I feel like someone wants to make sure that it is so awesome. Here's the 10 of Cups, complete emotional fulfillment. It's like, I want to clear any energy that could mess this up. All of my cups here. I want to make sure that this is totally healed. That's beautiful. I really kind of love that. So here's the Page of Wands, however, in the release position. And this Page of Wands is talking about closing some kind of door. So before we get to past, present, future, I want to start clarifying here. Tell me about this door that you're closing, this door, and door to closing, some kind of cycle, starting up again. I want to say this resistance to, this can be resistance to success. It can be resistance to just moving forward in life down the timeline. But this is like, I'm closing the door to moving forward, but there's unfinished business. So let's take a look at all of this. Okay, somebody is saying, I don't have a foundation here in some kind of situation. So I'm needing to close the door in some kind of situation where, I even want to say I'm not popular. I want to close the door to a situation in which I am not popular. Scorpio, that's what it looks like you're saying. And this looks like a relationship of some kind. So there's a relationship of some kind where you are no longer popular. Someone did not appreciate your sentiment in some sort of way. And you're like, I need to close the door to this. I don't want to go forward with this. Tell me more about this going forward. There is some resistance to the aspect of divine timing as well. Tell me about this, Scorpio. And here's that Seven of Swords again. We've got it here in your advice, and we've got it here. And you're talking about somehow not wanting to maybe deal with some kind of lying, cheating, stealing in the past. Something wasn't truthful in the past, and it feels like there's an element of not wanting to deal with it, not wanting to address it. However, that's the very thing that is unfinished. Oof. Okay, let's see. I want to look at this element of protection about what you're manifesting coming toward you. So let's look at that. This heart of the situation. Ooh, and there really is some grief around this. Like, the thing that I want, I also have to kind of put through a healing process before it actually gets to me. I'm going to have to deal with some hard stuff. That's what it feels like. And there's an element here of kind of like fantastical thinking, or it also feels like it's possible that you're making this out to be worse than it is. It's like you're creating some dreamlike state, or you're creating something, a story that is worse than what you are imagining. I want to heal all of this. I just want it to be perfect. There's a lot of anxiety around this. There's a lot of anxiety around this fantastical thinking or this dreaming up. It's almost like, what if this happens? What if this happens? There's fear around not getting what it is that you want. Wow, check this out. And the Eight of Wands popped out again right here next to the big picture, which is the Eight of Wands reversed. So it's like there hasn't been any action around this because there's been fear. There's just a lot of fear. And the fear is like, I'm afraid I'm not going to get what I want. I'm afraid maybe I'm not going to be seen in the right light and I'm not going to get what I want. So I am waiting. I am not taking action. I need to know. It's almost like you're saying, I need to know how this is going to go before I even take a step forward. And your advice is like, I'm planning, I'm strategizing for myself. I'm protecting myself. I want to know actually about these victory cards over here. So tell me, your higher self is talking about wanting to go through some kind of, well, having gone through already this battle, having gone through this battlefield, and now you are at safety. Yeah, and it's like I'm at safety, but I'm not completely where I thought that I would be, or I am not. I'm here by myself. So, and I'm not fully healed, and there's that element of not completely, I might be safe, but I'm not fully healed from this. And check out this Chariot reverse. What's going on? This is also Cancer. What's going on? And I'm hearing somebody say, truth be told. So, truth be told, there is some kind of truth that needs to come out here. And this seems to be, this is you talking about wanting to take some opportunity from the universe, but the universe is also showing you some obstacles in the way before you can actually beeline to that thing. And I feel like it has a lot to do with this. I want to make sure that it's perfect before I go forward. I want to make sure that it's, I'm going to be looked at in a particular way before I put all my eggs in one basket kind of thing. I want to say too, the Chariot reversed is talking about more planning needed. There's more planning. Something needs to be accounted for. But here's your victory. Here's you taking a step after you do some planning, after you do some preparation. And here you are. I feel like this is speaking the truth. Speaking your mind, speaking the truth of something. Tell me about this Two of Wands here, Scorpio. Oh. So this could be about some kind of separation, actually. Here is the Two of Wands, which is some kind of partnership. But then here's releasing those agreements, releasing those bonds, releasing those agreements. Tell me more about this advice, Seven of Swords. Tell me what it is that you are needing to do. And again, it's like, evaluate what kind of bridges you want to be building. Evaluate gifts that you've given and gifts that you are not going to give anymore. This can be gifts of resources, your time and energy and effort, your love, your money, your resources of some kind. So this is evaluating those things. And I feel like that's what you're doing, and you don't have enough information yet in order to make that decision to make a first step forward. I do want to say this. You've got the King of Pentacles here twice, and both times reversed. So over here, someone not necessarily liking what you have to say or liking what you came forward with, feeling, somebody might have felt like it was, you know, sneaky monkey, or manipulative in some way. This could be you, Scorpio, or this could be the person that you're dealing with. So take it as it resonates. But what I was going to say is here's this King of Pentacles. This might be somebody that you've been dealing with. And here's that King of Pentacles in the past position. So something went down and somebody was not seen in such a savory light. Perhaps someone's mask came off, and this is present time energy. Here's healing. Here is bringing personal power into identity space. Here is alchemizing. And that's what you're wanting to do here. You're wanting to have your 10 of Cups. You're wanting to alchemize. Here's the 8 of Swords. But there's something here that's kind of keeping you from alchemizing all of this. And all this kind of goes together because here's some fantastical thinking or making up stories. Maybe things are more difficult or you're seeing them worse off than they actually are. But here, there's non-action because there's a fear of not being seen in a particular light. Okay. So this is, I want all of this alchemy. I want all of this balance, but I'm seeing something perhaps the way I was seeing it in the past, and I'm not seeing the evolution of it. I'm not seeing how it's shifted or changed or healed. So I'm still seeing it the way it was in the past somehow, or from kind of an older perspective, a past perspective rather than the updated perspective. But let's take a look at this. I first want to look at this King of Pentacles reversed. Tell me about this King of Pentacles reversed because he has shown up twice. Oop, we've got 2. So there's some kind of focus on a falling out. So somebody has separated, somebody has had a falling out. And usually this falling out with the 3 of Cups reversed has something to do with, it's like people's feelings are hurt. And there is quite a focus. It almost even feels like someone tried to hurt someone's feelings. So there wasn't, so someone, I mean, I want to say it was a little malicious. So there's that. Somebody was trying to hurt someone's feelings. There was a focus on that. So let's take a look at Temperance and the 8 of Swords here. I also want to say that there's a certain way that somebody has been trying to heal, and they think that's the only way. But there's some kind of block there. That's not the only way to heal. I don't know why that's coming up, but let's take a look. Yeah, somebody thinks they're the expert and thinks that they know what everything takes. But then there's this element of, I'm living in my own prison here, my own mental prison. I'm not opening up to what else could be a possibility. And it's keeping me from making motion forward. Oh, wow. And here's that 2 of Wands reversed this time. So somebody is desperately trying to heal from this past, acting like they know the truth. And maybe they do. But there's some kind of separation here. And it's like somebody knows that that's the end. It's like, I feel like somebody knows they wronged the other person. Somebody knows they wronged someone. Okay. And more Wands. This has a lot to do with possibly some kind of, you could have been married. This could have been a marriage. The King of Pentacles is the married king. However, when he's reversed for me, he's not acting married. So this could have to do with building this type of foundation. This is also the twin flame card for me, or a twin flame card. This also could have to do with a house or housing situation. I'm going to pull one more for present time energy that is coming up right now. And actually another one wants to come out. So this is separating your energy from someone else's. And again, here's that 3 of Wands. And this is all about going forward into the future. It's very possible that someone is trying to separate their energy so that they can have that healing space and let those manifesting ships come forward. The things that you've already thrown out there, being open to receive those. I think that's what's going on here. It's like you've manifested something and then you protected yourself. So you didn't then open to receive the gifts coming in for a reason that has to do with dealing with something, dealing with the truth. Oh my. So let's take a look at that, because here's that World card reversed. And that is some unfinished business that needs to be wrapped up, zipped up, having to do with this Empress being called out of her worth. So I feel like this is some kind of Empress. If this was you, Scorpio, somebody maliciously tried to hurt your feelings, you were called out of your worth. You know, on one hand, this could be confronting someone, but to tell you the truth, I don't really have a lot of confrontation feelings here. More so, this has to do with your own healing. And this is about moving through the veil, lifting the veil, dealing with the things that you don't want to deal with, but that's what it has to do with. You could have to have a conversation with someone. You could have to do some healing for yourself and look at the truth of the matter and kind of figure some things out. Right. And you're like, I'm not really willing to do that. I'm only willing to see it a particular way. If that's you and your healing, or if that's someone that you are dealing with, whoever this is, it's like they're just not ready yet to deal with the truth. You can't handle the truth, right? But it's time, and someone's resistant to divine timing. So it's like it's time to deal with this in order for you to move on. And you or this person that you're dealing with might very well be feeling quite stuck, running through jello, stuck in the mud. You might feel quite stuck because everything's kind of, I don't see the Hanged Man here, but it feels like it. It's almost like everything is on hold until you deal with this, and then your chariot will flip over and you will feel the support from the universe in the momentum forward. Okay, let's get some advice for you, Scorpio. I want to ask your angels and guides, your ancestors, for advice for you going forward into this new moon, this new beginning phase, beginning of August. We have got, this is about taking opportunities, taking the opportunity to manifest more so using all of your resources. And this is also about reevaluating the things that you actually have manifested. Here's the Ace of Wands. This is about inspiration and being open to be inspired. And here's the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, I really feel like this is a lot of action energy. And it's a lot of action energy to do this work so that you get everything you want. Here's the 10 of Cups over here and happening now into the near future under here. And here's your 10 of Pentacles. This is everything that you've ever wanted, everything that you've ever dreamed of. Longevity, legacy, you know, foundation, stability with someone. But this definitely is a feeling of reevaluating wishes. I also want to say, you take this opportunity to manifest and look back at what you wished for and look at it in a different way if you can, because this is holding you up. Okay, that is what I have for you, Scorpio. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment, and I will be back soon with another reading for you. Love you, Scorpio. Bye for now.